Ball out. Ball out. Bow, bow. Bow, bow. Ball out. Bow. Ball out. Bow. All we do is bow. Ball out. Bow, bow. Ball out. Ball out. Ball out. Me and my hitters go all out. Ball out. Ball out. We about to take them all out. Ball out. Ball out. Me and my hitters go all out. Me and my hitters go all out. We about to take them all out. Ball out. Ball out. Me and my hitters go all out. Ball out. Ball out. We about to take them all out. Ball out. Ball out. Me and my hitters go all out. Me and my hitters go all out. We about to take them all out. Dropping by the mall out. Come deliver mail on y'all route. Show them what it's all about. Just get called out. Fall out. Me and my clique, we don't fall out. Me and my chick, we don't fall out. We minding our business, keep y'all out. Break up, get up quick, then we hit licks till it's all out. I hate my job, I'ma call out. Boss of myself, child out. I'm a recruiter, a high percentage shooters. Gotta keep rifles and Rugers. Some people just trifling and losers. Watch for the jackets, at night they be cruising. I can put together. AR Quinceañera. My hitters be tougher than leather. Can't nobody do it better. Glock 9 with the FN. Step in with my best friends. Best friend Smith and West End. If you miss 6, still catch 10. Ball out. Stall out. Pulling up outside the y'all house. Empty till we all out. I got the juice and I'm crazy. If you not a killer, don't say. Hit squad ain't nothing to play with. Undertaker and a grave dig. Best man like Tate Diggs. When you in the paint, gotta play big. Hitters ignorant like cavemen. Went from good fella to made men. Ball out. Me and my hitters go all out. Shout out, ball out. Get called out. Ball out. Me and my hitters go all out. Ball out. We about to take them all out. Ball out. Me and my hitters go all out. Me and my hitters go all out. We about to take them all out. Ball out. Me and my hitters go all out. Ball out. We about to take them all out. Ball out. Me and my hitters go all out. Me and my hitters go all out. We about to take them all out.
Sunday Night Live, Boss Cowboy Sports in the building. Like, share, subscribe, comment. Invite your family and friends and your loved ones in here. We got Britney Wynn in the building, VP of the Texas Legends. Boss Cowboy, the man with the plan on the ones and twos as usual, running the show. I'm your boy, the OC, and we got the lovely, the esteemed, the intelligent, the fantastic Britney Wynn. We're Britney. Say something to the people.
Thank you. It's so nice to be here. See you guys.
And she's back on her feet again. Like, we are so mean. And we're going to make you do it again for 2 hours. What's up, Britney?
I'm ready. I've been juicing. I've got all the energy. I'm wearing my tennis shoes. It's great.
So, backstage, Britney started asking me about Cal Pitts. Now, I didn't want to talk about Cal Pitts at all. But she want to talk about Cal Pitts. Any updates? Did you change or any drama? Because we've been seeing wars. So we want to hear what's your thoughts on, I guess, Cal Pitts.
Look, I think I told you last time, I'm a big Kyle Pitts fan. I don't want him for the Cowboys. I'm not crazy. I also don't think he'll be available for the Cowboys. But I do think he's for sure top 10, if not a top 5 pick. And I think he's a generational talent at tight end. I think he's versatile enough. He can move over to wide receiver and he'll be successful at either position. But that is a very, what's the word? You know, it's a polarizing opinion. So it's a polarizing topic, I guess.
You said you ran into a Florida guy that was not high on him. Can you kind of talk about that?
I did. So he actually came at me about my opinions on Kyle Pitts, and I'm an Aggie. So I was like, shouldn't we be on opposing sides of this? He's like, I just don't see what you saw in him. I don't understand. And I've been reading he's #1 tight end ever, blah, blah, blah. I said, well, I'm not going crazy, but I think he's great. And I think that he has super high potential, and we haven't seen what he's got yet, and he agrees with that because he knows Florida, has struggled at QB. So, but yeah, it's an interesting debate.
It is, because I actually had a Florida guy that pointed me in the right direction on Pitts, and I start seeing why so many sip the juice, Brittany. I start seeing why so many drink the juice, because there are certain games. Wait, don't do that. I saw what you did behind stage. Don't do that. You gonna get me going. This is what she did. Don't get me going. No, but no, like when you go watch him play Ole Miss, that's the game. Boop. Yes. When you see a game like that, it'll make you say, hold on, wait a minute, wait 1 second. I see dog. And one of the things that you see so clear is he snatches the ball like better than anybody in college. So that game made me feel a little bit better about him, because when I judge Britney and OC, I want to hear from both of y'all on this. I mainly grade you based on going against NFL talent. That's what I do. Because I'm glad you beat up on Ole Miss, but I wanted to see what you do on Horn, and you was...
Yeah, and here's the deal, man. I mean, if I said it once, I'll say it again. If you ask me tomorrow, I'm going to tell you the exact same thing. This guy's not a #1 option target, right? He's a fantastic change of pace as a 2 or a 3 target inline. He's an awesome mismatch versus slot receivers versus slower safeties or linebackers. He's not a guy that's going to break free and create separation versus 4-3 40 corners or elite cover people. That's not the case with him. But he is a great red zone threat. He is a great get to the plus 50 going into the goal line. Fantastic midfield guy, weapon with the right quarterback in the right situation. He's not a guy that you're going to anoint and give him, 10 catches per game and expect him to beat all pro defenders in terms of top #1 corners. And so if you have him as a 2 or 3 option, I think he significantly gives you an advantage versus a third corner versus a slower safety or linebacker. He high points the ball. He has great ball skills. And we've also seen, to my final point, Boss Cowboy, we've seen several receivers in the NFL have success not getting great separation. The late Dez Bryant being one. Michael Irvin being one. And I'm not saying he's on their level, but these are guys that learned how to run great routes in their pro career. They weren't great route runners coming out of college, but they learned how to run a few really, really good routes. And because of their ball skills and body control, they were able to have successful careers. And I'll see him in that same line if he's in the right situation.
And I'm just hitting that button. I'm hating for no reason. You ain't said nothing wrong. I'm just
100. I know you are.
I was just hating for no reason.
I know you are.
Yeah, but no. It's a couple of games when you watch, you say, okay, if he can do that in Dallas, I'm cool. It's going to be harder in the league, but I see now that I looked at a little bit more film why some people not getting off on it. They like, because there's certain games I can see why you'll get addicted to him. Because how he did Ole Miss, and he was under-targeted. So. Yeah, did you have anything on that, Brittany?
I don't. I said my piece. I think that part of the excitement behind him, just to be honest, is that he is a tight end, and we haven't seen a tight end like that come out in so long. So I think that's why he's so exciting.
He's very exciting. Because my boy E. Kush, Fisher member BCS, he actually brought out something. Let's talk about it just real quick. He said there is nobody. We needed a corner before this happened. Now, I don't know if he talking to us or he talking to the chat. Looked like he was having an argument.
Yeah, he's having an argument. That's an argument statement, Boss Cowboy. That's not him talking to us.
I think I pulled that up.
Exactly. Let's get to the next topic.
All right, next topic. Yeah, it looked like they was having a fight in the chat, man. I didn't mean to get in y'all stuff. But real quick, now the OC and Brittany, we kicked it last night with my boy Big Game James, the Ninja, Law, and Big Game. Yeah. So, we hung out. And I'm going to tell you something that's crazy, Brittany. We did 2 shows.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Y'all were
So
on it.
So it's coming out real soon. Y'all stay on the lookout. We got a couple of shows that's coming out that we filmed yesterday. So they pre-recorded, but it's gonna be fire. Look, it's me, Big Game, Law, and the OC. It's crazy. But I want to talk about something because we did promise we talk about rumors. Some rumors I hate to cover or talk about because it's kind of icky and nasty, but it involves our team. So I'm going to bring it up because it came out today, and we'll just go back and forth. So this tweet came from the female rap room, and in the rap room, Chinese Kitty calls out Dallas Cowboys player Travon Diggs for harassing and threatening her with weapons. Now, when I see this, the first thing that I try to do, obviously, is make sure it's valid. Because a lot of people use this type of stuff for celebrity. They use the Dallas Cowboys for exposure, and sometimes it's legit. I guess let's just talk about it, and then we'll just kind of move on to the next. But I definitely want to kind of talk about this because this has been a quiet off season, and I was happy about that. You know, nothing in the media, nothing, and that's rare in Dallas. So finally, some kind of noise starting to come out. So let's kind of dig into it and let's see, I guess, everybody's thoughts. We can start with Britney. What you got?
Yeah. You know, these are, you hate to see these kinds of situations pop up. Regardless of truth or not, it's a tough situation because I think that we all stand, you know, on one side or the other. Like, okay, it's fake and she's just looking for attention, or it's real and it's awful and shame on him, and we want to cancel somebody. We're in that cancel culture right now, and we want to cancel one side or the other. And the fact of the matter is that it's a sad situation no matter what.
Right.
It's sad that you have somebody that's, you know, either a victim or that's seeking this attention. It's sad that our guys get themselves into bad situations. You want to see them, you know, stay in the clear, and one way or another, like, there is some kind of backing to this, I guess. And so that's not ideal. However, for me as a female, you know, it's tough because if you're in a situation where you're endangered, you need to get help. You need to call the police. What you don't need to do is blast it on social media.
Mm-hmm.
I just don't see how that does anybody any good. And I understand there's anger and there's frustration, and you want to say, like, oh, this is your hero. Like, well, look what he did to me. Yeah, but you need to get help, and you need to get yourself out of danger first and foremost. And it makes it messy. It makes it sticky. It's bad for everybody. It's a bad look on all parties. So. And
real quick, also, if somebody has the show volume on, turn it down because I can hear it. But yeah, and this is one of the best people to talk to right now. Trust me on this, OC. We are fortunate at BCS to be talking to the VP of Media Relations. So when stuff like this happens, this ends up on her desk. She has to deal with this. So, OC, did you have anything on this? And kind of like, I guess.
Yeah, just real quick. I mean, there's not a lot to dig into. You know, at the end of the day, we don't know. Right. We have an accusation. We have a party who has not spoken yet about an accusation against them, which more than likely won't speak, right? Because this is going to be legal, go into an attorney type situation. So, you know, what was clear is that they've had at least some type of interaction, some type of relationship, good, bad, or indifferent. We don't really know. And that it was something that he did in that relationship that angered her. And so in this situation, she goes out publicly and, you know, tries to shame him, pretty much tries to shame him by what she does. And so, we'll see. I just say in these situations, err on the side of caution. It's so unfortunate with social media, man, that people are, guilty until proven innocent. When anything comes out, we assume the worst. We think the worst. We think that, oh man, here's another NFL football player doing something to a woman, that type situation. And I would just say, just take a pause on that, because we don't know. We really don't know. And so we have one statement and we have to wait for more details. And let's err on the side of caution until we know more.
And Britney, we would be foolish not to take advantage of you being in the building. Because like my boy Jay Tuck just said, the hard part is it get magnified in Dallas 100 times. I gotta say you wrong, Jay. 10,000 times.
Yeah.
Like, it's 10,000 times. Like, when I saw TMZ report that Dak bumped somebody in the club, I said, oh Lord.
Yeah.
So Britney, cause see, listen, this is what we dealing with, y'all. We lucky to have Britney in the building, because she is the VP of media. Okay, that's exactly what she does. Media relations. So this type of stuff. So a story like this comes out. How is this handled, I guess, on a professional level? Because we talking about it from a rumor level. How is it, like, if this happens with the Texas Legends and it's starting to get into the news, the people want to know, like, how is it generally handled on the inside?
Well, there's first and foremost, there's a full investigation that goes into this, so the NBA is involved in our case, the NFL is involved in their case. The Cowboys are absolutely looking into this with the utmost care. And, police get involved, external sources come in. It's not just like it's me, for someone like me handling it. So my opinion doesn't matter. This is going to be investigated. And they'll find out the truth. And then from there, you have to handle the facts as what they are, because like you guys kind of said, there is no necessarily innocent party in this. Obviously, there's been some wrongs on both sides. And so you got to figure out just how those went and kind of counsel your party. You can't do anything about the third party, but you have to counsel your party on how to avoid situations like this and how to move forward in the future.
Got you. Well, I definitely appreciate that. Did you have anything on that, OC?
No, man, I said my piece, man. We got to wait and see.
Got you. So we do have coming up one of the best draft weekend lives that you're going to see. Hands down. OC, what you got?
Listen, man, you got to like and share, subscribe to Boss Cowboy Sports first. Hit the bell notification icon so you hear when we do go live on Thursday, the first day of the NFL draft, all the way through the end of the draft. We're going to have the whole BCS analyst team. We'll have the hottest analysis, over 300 players from top to bottom, giving you the best content, insight, pros and cons. And so don't miss it. Put it in your phone, right? Put it in the chat, right? Do not miss this. This is going to be the best draft show you've seen, right? Forget the big boys, man. We got the insight and we got the juice on all 300 some odd players, okay? So tune in.
We the big boys. We the big boys. Like, listen, Britney, people don't know this, but we have books in here. I'm serious, Britney. She laughing. Look, Britney, this is the second book that's written in 2 years in a row on the off season. Where I was serious. We write books. So the whole team that helped with this as well is going to be in the building. So when the OC say 300 people, we ready, and we gonna be able to go into depth with them. We gonna talk about all the players. We gonna know what's happening. We gonna know who we missed and who's still available. That's an opportunity for Dallas, Brittany. So yeah, that's getting ready to happen now. I know a lot of people have been thinking, right, and wondering, right, because there's some names that kind of start popping out, and that's why the people are here, all right. And before we get into that, I just want to recognize real quick my boy Buddha. He's dropping videos, so y'all make sure y'all go to his page, like, follow him. because he's really on a campaign right now, going crazy on his videos, and they real good. I've enjoyed him, man, and he's just getting started on that. So y'all make sure y'all go over there and follow him and build him up. And then also we got the group now, which is the Cowboys Huddle. So you also see all of us in there as well, and we're gonna have more and more content. Keystone is on a campaign right now where he's going crazy on his sleepers. He's dropping them in there, as well as his other group, that's Dallas Cowboys on the Clock. But real quick, you know what people really want to know about is this guy. That's who people want to know about real quick. So I guess let's talk about that. The timing, would Dallas be interested? And we go break down this film. We also go talk about this guy, Maurice Hurst. So we have two people that's become available right now. I mean, some people would call these guys steals. So you have Maurice Hurst, and then you have obviously Sheldon. Okay. So, and what's crazy is this is still likely one of our biggest needs. Because yes, we know we just had my boy Antoine Woods on, but we not thinking that Antoine is going to be the single DT one tech that's going to solve all problems. No, we need to rotate that. So I guess, what's y'all thoughts on it real quick? Oh, OC, I'm sorry.
Yeah, guys, it's all right. I'm sorry, I had myself on mute. That's my mistake.
I thought
Sheldon
it was me.
Richards. No, it's fine. You good. So Sheldon Richards is a guy, man, that is not the player he used to be. He still can make plays and create some disruption on that defensive front. The whole issue with the Cowboys in terms of method and methodology and thought process is price tag, right? He's $12 million a year guy last year. He's not getting that money. He's going to be looking in the neighborhood of anywhere between $6 to $9 million per. And right now, I just don't think the Cowboys are willing to shell out that money, because everybody they sign, from Urbane to Hyde to the safeties, are all one-year deals, right? And not to exceed about $4 to $5 million. So I think he's going to be a little bit out of their price range. Would he be a great addition? Fantastic. Do the Cowboys go out and sign him? Absolutely not.
God, bro, you sure know how to. Man, just
just keeping it straight with you, man. No chaser, you know what I mean?
I thank you, bro.
Keeping it straight with you, bro. I mean,
you did.
Keep
it
just
just hurt,
with you, man. Just get to the point, you know.
You could have gave me some sugar with it, man.
I'm snatching the Band-Aid off, man. We snatching the Band-Aid off. Just snatching it off.
Everybody agree with you too, man. My boy Vandale Jackson said we not going to sign him.
Yeah, because if we were committed to signing players like that, we wouldn't have rushed out and got the Walmart specials that we got on one-year deals, right? The first couple weeks of free agency, we would have let the thing settle, knowing that certain teams have salary cap issues and that you would find value defensive tackles later on in free agency before and after the draft. You wouldn't have rushed to sign the two guys that we did sign. That would not have happened.
God damn, Brittany.
So this is just, go ahead, Brittany.
I don't have anything to add. I mean, I think you just said it all. I agree. I mean, his last 2 years in Cleveland, we saw some upside. He'd be an exciting ad, but even if we wanted to, I don't think we could afford him. So,
see, this pains me. This pains me greatly, because this move is perfect. Both of them. Both of them. Either one, perfect. Exactly what we need right now. The way that we was just demolished in the run game. How in the world does Stephen Jones have the balls to just stare down a barrel like that? Like, he has courage in a different way. Like, where
it's not even courage, boss Cowboy. It's a commitment to his plan. It's not courage. It's not courage. It's a commitment to my plan and almost a stubbornness in certain situations. Because if you see what's available out there in the free agent market and you're the Dallas Cowboys, you got some cap room, buddy. You can sign some of these guys. You are not in cap hell whatsoever, because you know why? Because now we got Dak Prescott's money under control. He's not going to be franchise tagged, so you do have room in that budget to make some moves. So here's the deal. I'm committed to my plan to a fault at times, even if my plan doesn't work. But here's the deal. You got Dan Quinn. You got all the assistants that he hired. You got several players on rent on one-year deals. And so what do you do? What do you do in the front office? You just go ahead and blame these guys if something goes sideways and you're at the bottom third, right, again. But what you're hoping for, you're not hoping for a top 10 defense, because you're not operating like that. You're not making decisions like that. You're hoping for a middle-of-the-road defense and that we score 35 points a game. That's what you're hoping for. And as long as that happens, you're going to say, well, we're better. We're not good, but we're better than we was last year. That's what you go sell the fan base, baby. That's what's happening.
My boy Eric Berger, well, shout out to my dog. He got a group called The Star. I think they even started their own podcast, man. If you did, definitely put that in the chat. Let everybody know what you got going. But he said comp pick deadline is Monday following draft. They like their comp picks. Also have post June 1st cuts to be handled. Yeah, we agree. We know the formula. We know they love their formula. We love those good old. We love shopping.
Attention, Kmart shoppers. Attention, Kmart shoppers.
Kmart. My boy said Kmart.
Attention, Kmart shoppers.
Man, that boy said
we will be
Kmart.
closing in 5 minutes. After June 1st, Kmart will close pretty soon. Attention, Kmart shoppers.
Kmart. Oh, man. See, and it hurt. And my boy Jose say, he said, neither one of them are great against the run, though.
Yeah.
Let's talk about that, Jose. I like that point, Jose. Let's talk about it.
Yeah.
Let's talk about it, Boss Cowboy. I mean, you got some tape. I think we need to show the people so we can discover what is the truth about these guys, and are they worthy? Are they worthy, Boss Cowboy, to even be considered?
Let's tease them a little bit, because we going to drop some videos on this, too. So I don't want to give them everything. You know what I mean?
Give them a little bit. A dab do you? That's what the old people say. A dab do you? Just
a dab do you,
baby. Just dab it, baby. Just dab it.
Who y'all want to start with, Brittany? It's on you. Who you want to start with?
Let's start with Mo.
You say Mo?
Yeah.
Mo.
Yeah.
Let's go. There he is. All right, so we got Mo highlighted, and go ahead, OC.
Here he is playing the 3 tech. Okay, there he is trying to disengage. Fantastic job, man. Fantastic job. That's called being strong at the point of attack. That means he's not getting blown off the ball, right? He's winning one-on-one. Big, heavy, strong guy, right? And so that's an angle. That's an angle technique he's using, right? He's attacking that guard's shoulder, and so you're gonna see him do that. He's gonna stand him up right here, disengage, snatch and throw, and go in here and make the tackle. Great job, big fella. Not bad so far. Let's see what we got next. Here he is again. You know, big old strong guy, right? Likes to stretch out, right? Plays with good forward lean. Here he is again. He's holding up on the inside. Now, here, he plays a little bit high, has a problem disengaging, right? He does hold his ground at the point of attack. But hold on, let me see. Was I looking at the wrong guy? Let me see.
No, yeah, you was looking at the wrong guy.
Yeah, let me take a look at him here. Let's take a look at
him.
Okay.
Now, I want to pause this and say, I pulled up their tape against the best. All right. So this is dealing with Nelson, and then I'm gonna pull tape on them balls going against Zach Martin and those type, right? Because if you want to gauge him on people that's relentless. I just want to pause that and say that.
All right, so here's the double team, and then he comes off. He gives ground, right? He gets beat on that double team, but they carry him back into where the tackle was, right? He gets beat. He gives up too much ground. All right, here he goes again. Here he is running down the line.
That's
big fella.
impressive.
Okay. Great hustle, big fella.
That's impressive, bro.
Great
now,
hustle.
Look, that's crazy.
Yeah, absolutely, man. That was really, really good
now,
by him, right?
Taylor runs a 4-3, y'all. The running back, he runs a 4-3. Watch this. Oh my. Oh my.
Accelerates. Accelerates.
I guess we can't use that, Jose. I guess they're not
See,
run
here he
stoppers. We
Here
can't
he- here
use
he
this.
is. Here he is.
We can't
So-
use this. Not at the Dallas Cowboys. We're good.
So what you see here against him in these plays, guys, and so notice the pattern, right? He disengages versus one-on-one and stretch blocks very, very well. So here he is, boom, disengages very, very well, right? Now on a double team, we saw him struggle a little bit, but one-on-one, he's disengaging really well. So good job by him running down the line. Here he is inside playing the 2-eye. Some people call it 2 technique. I call it 2-eye. All right, here they try to rolling. Oh, he gets cut in that play. All right, gets rolled up a little bit. All right, and so on that's a little bit of a technical thing in the sense of that he can shoot his hands and stay on his feet a little bit better in that play, and we'll see it better from the other angle. Looking at what happens to him here, right? Because this is kind of like a scoop cut block by the offensive line here. So we'll see it on this angle. Okay, so he's over the. He's right over the guard here. All right, there he is, and so okay, all right. So actually, he did not get cut. He just fell down because the person blocking him fell over somebody else. So that's okay. I'm gonna give him a pass on that one. Let's see what we got here. So now we see him. Let's see. Let me locate him here. All right, there he is. So, yeah, on that play, again, he disengages, gets in on the tackle, but on that particular play, he does give up some push. So what I'm seeing with him, too, technically, Boss Cowboy, is that at times, I think, and this is what my eyeballs see, that a little bit of fatigue can kind of get on him there, right? So that's a scoop block, right? So he gives up a lot of ground, but he gets back in on the tackle. Not too impressed there. Gives up a lot of ground. That's a loss for him.
Gotcha.
All right.
And that was Maurice Hurst. All right. So just kind of going into him as an option, right? Britney and OC. Let's just kind of talk about, I guess, the tape and then talk about opportunities like this because, you know, Matt, my guy Matt, he's a good friend of mine. He actually put in a comment. I want to kind of talk about this a little bit. He said Richardson was 41st against the run per PFF. And I feel you with PFF, but I just don't trust PFF at all. I don't trust them. It's too many times to where the ranks was almost like trying to get clicks than accuracy. Like when Britney, one time they had Mitch Trubisky ranked above Deshaun Watson as rookies.
See, she almost laughed. You see that? She's holding back her laugh. But what do you think? What do you think about Mo though, Brittany? Because I want to change gears here, and I want to get your feedback. Because you studied this guy too. I want to get your insight, your feedback. What do you think? What do you see?
So I didn't do a whole lot of studying on him, to be honest, because I fell into the trap. I read, okay, he's great on the pass rush, but he's a liability on the run, and we need run. So I wasn't too concerned with him. But from what I'm seeing here, and some of the other stuff I did see, I mean, the big guy's got wheels, so that's something for me. He's young. You get him at a smaller price tag. If I had to pick between the two, I'm definitely going with Mo over Sheldon. But yeah, I think I think that you're hearing a lot of rumors about his run liability, and obviously not true from what we just saw.
Yeah, and I also want to take this question, Jake, unless you had some on that too, OC.
No, go ahead. Take J Tuck's question.
But this is what I saw when I look at Hurst. Hurst still 25. Hurst 25. Like we've taken players like Covington.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Covington. Mm-hmm. We took Antoine Woods off the practice squad. Mm-hmm. Maurice Hurst was a top pick coming out of Michigan that only dropped because of his heart condition. We just saw him run down Taylor. If we took players with no reputation like Antoine Woods, Covington, and made that work, you telling me we couldn't make that work here as a rotation?
I think that with him, I don't think he is compelling enough as a run stopper. To Jose's point, by the way, to go ahead and pay him above what you could get on a value pick for a rotational guy like a Urbane, right? Urbane is bigger. I don't care about you tracking people down. I care about you controlling the A and the B gap. We got linebackers and defensive ends for that. I don't care about you running nobody down to the sideline. It's good. It's impressive. It's good to know that you're young and athletic, but I need you to win at the point of attack and disengage and get in that backfield. That's what we need to see in that 4-3 defense. That's what's going to make it successful.
True. Can't fight that. So it's one of those things to where even though I want the body, especially because when you get a body like this, I think people hit new gears when they come to Dallas. I really believe that it's almost like it's a restoration on their careers, like it happened to Cooper. It happened to Cooper, the guard. It happened to a lot of Quinn, Cobb, like players that come here, they get that almost initial grade of what they was expected to be. So from that, I'll be cool with it. But I do see your point and Jose's point, right? To where I can see Dallas maybe backing up and saying they're sexy, but do I want to pay for that athleticism, or do I want to stay cheap and just get me some run stoppers, which is also deep in this draft.
Right. Now you're going to the next main point, because we could get rookie deal contracts, not veteran minimums, right? We can get rookie deal contracts, not veteran minimums, and get a few of you. That's 21.
I'm
That's
sick of this, though, OC. Sick of this. Sick of this, man. It's like we doing this again.
Listen, nobody's drinking the Kool-Aid here.
Yes, we are, man. We buying the off-season Kool-Aid.
I'm not drinking it. I ain't drinking it.
We over here betting on rookies again to be run stoppers. What's going on?
Man, listen, man. All that you got to know is this. You got a couple veteran rent players. If they don't play good, they're going to get cut. We're going to be talking about this again in a couple months.
Man, but we not going to stop no runs.
We ain't gonna stop no runs. We gonna just get a little bit better at the run. That's all we need, Boss Cowboy. They ain't gonna stop the run, Boss Cowboy. We just get a little bit better at stopping the run, right? We gonna go from 30th to 20th, right? And that's gonna be a win. Because you know what? We paid Dak Prescott an hour, but he got to throw for 400 yards a game, or he's gonna be considered a failure. So that's what's gonna happen right now, Boss Cowboy. Come on, Boss Cowboy. You seen this movie before. You know how the sequels go turn out. Why are you acting so surprised, Boss Cowboy? You know that we build through the draft, Boss Cowboy. You know that if the draft fails, that we're not spending money on high-priced free agents.
That's why I'm like, you sound like you drinking Kool-Aid right now, OC. That's what it sound like.
I poured mine out. No way. I'm telling you, Boss Cowboy, this is the protocol on how this thing is gonna rock. And listen, we have drafted some really good players in terms of interior line in the draft the last several years, in particular the offensive line. Okay, and I can talk about that later. But I mean, we betting on Neville Gallimore, right? We betting on Tristan Hill. We betting on whoever we pick in the second or third round. And we got some veteran. We got to listen. Hold on.
Hi.
It's okay. I feel like I'm your grandma. Okay, baby, it's gonna be okay.
No, this you. That's you. Cause I'm gonna shoot your foot off. That's you right now. All this drunkenness you doing, man.
I'm telling you, man.
Because Jay Tuck said it, man. I saw it. He said, man, they putting a lot of stock in this draft, OC, and you sound like you buying it.
I'm not buying it, Boss Cowboy. I'm just reporting. Don't shoot the messenger.
All
I'm
right.
just explaining to the people what's going on here. I said on several moons ago now, Boss Cowboy, I said if you were serious about being a contender, you go out and you sign that guy they re-signed for a lot of money in Kansas City. His name is Jones, number 95.
Oh, man.
Who's a boss? So wait. Silence. So listen, then I told you, I said, if y'all serious about really doing the doggone deal, you go ahead and you just reach up there and you sign that dude Williams, that big stud USC guy that they just signed for 3 years, about $70 million. I said, you go ahead and pay him. You reach into your vast fortune. Now you pay that guy if you're serious about doing this thing. But since you're playing games, then we got to play with you. We just got to play with you.
See,
it's fine. It's okay.
And you don't even got to go top shelf like that. That's the sad part. You don't got to go top shelf like that, OC. You really don't.
Okay.
Brittany, am I tripping?
A potential employer, not the one I work for now, once told me Why pay $1 when you can get it for a quarter?
Mm.
And that strikes me for multiple reasons. Number one, because he was talking about me. And
Wait a minute.
number two, because what I've always been told is that you get what you pay for. So I'll just leave that right there. We're gonna get what we pay for.
Thank you. So I want to take this. I've been leaving this thought up that my boy Jay Tuck had. I've been leaving it up because I want to kind of talk about this real quick before we get into Richardson film. He said, question for y'all. So that's all of us. That means all of us got to answer this. Why do you think the front office has shown no sense of urgency? Brittany, you first.
Because they're putting a lot of stock in this draft. They're really excited about what's coming out in this draft.
Yeah.
And then they'll make some moves after that, I think. But, I think that's where their main concern is right now.
Yeah.
Whole focus is on that draft. Like it or not.
OC?
Yeah, touche, Brittany, touche. I think they got 10 picks in this draft. They like the depth that they see from the defensive line position in particular, and from a couple other positions that could help the Cowboys with needs. They see the wisdom in getting guys on rookie deals, right, from the mid to the later rounds that can come in and contribute, and they see the intelligence of renting players on 1-year deals that are kind of journeyman type players that if they did good they'll give them an extension. If they didn't do good they didn't lose a lot. So this is a fill out wait and see type situation with Dan Quinn and that defense. And because Dan Quinn is the new defensive coordinator, I think he's still trying to figure things out. And I think that he doesn't want to commit long-term to veterans. He rather get his guys, right? And so that's the pitch of any new coach, right? Let me get my guys in here, right? And so you fill in a couple needs on depth, but then you draft my guys. And I think that's where their head is.
I think Keystone said it best. I was getting ready to start talking, but then Keystone came in with his fire comment. I think it comes all together. I think he's seeing it from a realist, not an optimist, not a fandom, just dead on. Money and politics matter in Dallas. That's true. It's just true. And see, and I was afraid, Brittany. I was afraid, OC. I was afraid that Dak and the signing of Dak and the optimism because we signed Dak was going to make most of us take our eye off the ball. I'm serious. One thing they always tell you in golf, which is true, don't put your head up. Keep your eye on the ball, follow through. That's how, that's how it is. And I look at how they handled KJ Wright. The fight over KJ Wright was over 2 years. It wasn't money. So that means y'all agreed on it. But you want your comp pick so bad in 2 years that you giving up veteran leadership with Super Bowls, younger than Sean Lee. So you say, we don't want the 31-year-old, but we want the injury-prone guy. We still negotiating with him. That's politics, y'all. That's just what it is. And so then in the offseason, we start getting optimistic again. We start drinking Kool-Aid. We start getting hope because we bored. And we don't know how to be honest sometimes, even with ourselves. Because I want to be optimistic too. Because you feel like, oh man, you're not a real fan. Nah, it just hurt to see us literally say we're in talks with Sean Lee. And he's way older than 31. But we treating a 31-year-old guy like, well, we just can't just go 2 years with you. With all that good tape, with all the Super Bowl pedigree, with all that intelligence that you see on the field with KJ Wright. You see it. The guy saying and leaking, I want to be in Dallas. Can we just do 2 years? I want 2 here, not 1. We gave McCoy. We gave him more than 1. Now you get a guy with a Super Bowl pedigree, been playing, Keystone right. So when it comes down to the sense of urgency, I also agree on the politics. Then I want to talk about the money. Like Stephen Jones, God bless you, man, on budgeting. You're good at it. But what makes him great makes him bad. What makes him great makes him bad. And I know I'm talking long, but I really mean this. I want to take my time on this to answer J Tuck's question. What always scared me about Stephen is he had to be the only person in the whole world that was questioning Deion Sanders as an asset. They talk about that frequently, about the fight that he had with Jerry, and they laugh about it. And it scares me, though. It scares me, OC. It scares me, Brittany. It scares me, everybody that's listening. When you was the person that had to be the only person, let's not do it. What? This was prime. In his prime. With San Fran. Taking him from the team that just beat us. We was one player away from going back. And he was so concerned about budgets. If you can fight prime, Richardson don't have a chance. Mo don't have a chance. Dak almost didn't have a chance. So, Brittany?
I think OC's. OC's talking.
OC, what you got, man? Hold on, OC. You muted yourself. It's you. It's me? Is it me? No, it's you. I'm certain it's you.
All right, can you hear?
It was you. Ooh.
Can you hear me?
Yes, it was you.
That was it.
Now you gone again. Plug out and come back in. Me and Brittany will talk about it. Just unplug your stuff and come back. All right. I know I went off, but Brittany, like, that's a tough question J Tuck just had. You know what I'm saying? He, you know, because I do think, Brittany, that they want to win. But I think they so dogmatic about winning their way that it make them too tight. You got thoughts on that?
Yeah, I mean, you hear people say or I do at least, like as a Cowboys fan who runs with Cowboys fans, you hear people say all the time, like, do they want to win? What's the issue here? What's going on? So, I mean, obviously, I think anybody in sports, you want to win. So I'm not trying to say that they don't, but
right.
You're right. They make some moves that are just questionable.
Yeah, they're questionable. Yeah,
to put it
questionable. Yeah. OC, we got you back. What you got, bro?
Yeah, can you hear me now?
Yeah, you sound good.
All right, so great. So listen, in any symbiotic relationship, you have a budgeter and you have a spender, right? And so Jerry has been the person that created all the momentum, created the organization. He's the first generation. He's the risk taker. He has the blood on his hands. And then you have the second generation trying to preserve the empire, right? It's always the same kind of flow anytime you're a generational wealth type situation. And so the budgeter is never the spender, okay? And the spender is never the budgeter. But the spender is the person that created the momentum, that created the organization to get the momentum and be where it is. The budgeter is the person that doesn't have as much blood on their hands, nor is really the creator. They're just a manager. So it's difference between leaders and managers. And I'm not saying anything in particular about the organization. I'm just saying that's the difference in terms of thought process. So you got to understand that to make that work, that we have to have a spender besides the great Jerry Jones that could challenge conservatism when it needs to be challenged. And that's what's going to be the key for the Cowboys to make the moves they need to make in terms of organization.
Yeah. Yeah, and see, D.A. Lee asks, what is he great at? And he's talking about Stephen Jones.
Being a son.
No, I think he great at budgeting. He good at it. Like, I got to also give him credit. Like, from this standpoint, because I don't never want to come across unbalanced and not thinking this stuff through. Where we have to give him credit, nobody was prepared for COVID but Steven. Think about that. Why are they releasing people like Maurice Hurst? Nobody was ready for COVID. That's why you seeing so many people. Who did Dallas just have to let go? Right. Nobody. Silence, because they didn't. So they keeping their core together. We just mad at how they adding to it. So in terms of keeping everything together in budgets, he did truly get us out of cap hell. And when you go look at history, we do sign all of our own. That's ugly. I hate how we do it all in the public, but he great at budgeting. Like, we got to give him credit for that. Like, for real. He messed up on Dak. Like, he overspent on Dak over hardballing, but everybody else, he's solid. And then also, some off seasons he got it right. And I'm going to say this, because somebody said, when did we bring in a safety? I got that question last night on the show with Law and Big Game James. Remember, OC? Mm-hmm. I said, no, we brought in safety. Josh Jones, he's starting with the Jags right now. He was less than $1 million. 4.4 speed, 6'2", 220. We had him. Georgia Loca, we got rid of him, treated him like a scrub, right? Clinton Diggs. Yeah, he had 200 tackles the previous year. I think something like that. It was a lot of tackles for sure. Got here and was treated like we like our guys. We like our guys. So it's not the talent. It's what happened when they get here. That's what it is. We got Griffin last year. Griffin went to the Lions and got better. You know what I'm saying? So we get the players. Go ahead, OC.
Yeah, no, I mean, I think that, it goes back to a point that, hey, listen, we always have had a lot of good bodies, but it's about what happens to those bodies when they're here, to your point. And it's about avoiding politics and having some type of management system to where the best players do not get shunned because of favorites.
Right.
Are people that you have an aversion to, right?
Yep.
You look at things, and that goes from the top to the bottom. So I think that that there's a break in terms of, or a schism in terms of the methodology that it takes to have the best players stay on the team, the best athletes, the best players long term. So that's neither here nor there, Boss Cowboy. I think that here we are, right? And that at the end of the day, we got to deal with the team that's here.
Yeah. Brittany, what you got on that?
I agree. It is all about like working with what you've got, and we are, like it or not, like you said, very loyal to our guys. So that goes in your favor when it's one of your guys, right? Like that. I love a team that's loyal to my guy, but when it's not my guy, I'm not so excited about it. So there's pluses and minuses to that.
Yeah, it's pretty clear that the Joneses, they make emotional decisions, and that's how they run their business. That's how it is. If they for you, Church said it himself on a show. We was doing a show together. He said, man, if you one of Jerry's guys, you good. You good. Like, the sad part, and this is where I wish I was one of Jerry's friends that was like, knew you from Arkansas. You know what I mean? One of those guys. See, that's the beautiful thing about me and the OC. It don't matter how successful he is, how successful I am. We knew each other from the bottom, so he can be just dead honest with me. You know what I mean? And you need those type of guys that'll say, boss, I do know you feel like you justified to go out right now and stay out to 3 a.m, but you have kids at the house, go home. You see what I'm saying? He never had to tell me that. I'm just using that as a crazy example, but I'm just saying you need those types. And I wish I was that. Say, Jared, you really need to listen to the coach that told you from San Fran to not get close to your players. That's always been hurting you. That's why Sean Lee is still here. And we got to be honest. Somebody got to be that person that put their arm around and say, I mean you good. I don't mean you bad. I'm not beating you up because I think you great. I think your Hall of Fame is legit. I think you great for the business of football. I think you one of the best negotiators and closers God ever allowed to breathe air on this earth. But you wrong right here. And friends would tell you that. And it just make me sick to watch us actually turn our back on KJ Wright so that we can turn towards, and let's be honest, this is what's going on, Sean Lee, and say, no matter what, we not giving up on you. And we did that with Witten. We did all of that to the detriment of our team. So.
Yeah, man. Well, it is what it is, Boss Cowboy. What we got next?
No, we ain't got nothing else.
Oh, no, we done, man?
We done.
Right, oh, we done? Cool.
Yeah, we got nothing else. That was it.
Cool.
No more topics.
Well, at the end of the day, man, I mean, here's the deal, man. This is on a positive note. This is the hope, man. We hope that, man, we get, one of those Jerry drafts, right?
Yeah.
We get one of those. We find a Dexter Cochler. We find a Haley in that draft. We find a Leon Lett, right? We hope maybe we find somewhere sleeping. We find a Leon Lett in the 3rd or 4th round. We find one of those guys that just blows people's minds, right?
Yeah.
And that's what we hoping, man. And so, hey, hold on to hope. And hey, if you're holding on to hope, man, don't forget to tune in to the best draft show in the land with Boss Cowboy Sports. We'll be doing it, but we'll still the whole BCS.
I didn't mean to cut you off, but yeah, the OC was talking about this right here. We will be doing this draft show, and it is the best draft show that will be available. You will be shocked at what we got going on. Go ahead, OC.
No, listen, man. I mean, to your point, man, best draft show breakdowns, insights, predictions. You'll see my big board. We'll try to drop that the day before the draft, right? And see how accurate I am with this thing, all right? And so, I mean, you don't want to miss this. Lock it in. We'll be in some live spots, have some special guests. We may even have Britney come into the building. As well. Have Miss Britney come in. And break down who she think we should pick and when we think she should pick them. All right, when she thinks we should pick them. Excuse me. So special guests, locations, and you want to tune in. All right, Super Draft Weekend. All right, all live.
All live. People not gonna beat this, man. It's gonna be real hard to actually keep up with what we doing. It's gonna be hard. It's a lot of knowledge coming, and I would love if Britney came. I would love if you could bless us with your presence.
Britney's coming. Britney's there.
Listen,
right?
we got an extra mic wireless. Look, it's right here. We've already tested it. We've hand sanitized it. It's no corona on it at all. It's gonna have your name on it. It's gonna say Britney. But yeah, man, what you?
If I show up and it doesn't actually have my name on it, I'm leaving though. So.
Oh yeah, I can make that happen. Get a little piece of tape. Like, promise kept. Have a
There we go. Well, see, I need to know. Did you map out all 7 rounds?
Yes, I've mapped out. I'm down to my last round and a half right now. Yeah.
Well, I keep seeing this. I'm just so in awe of that, of people who take the time to do that. How much time has that taken you?
An absurd amount of time that I don't even want to think about. But it's been in secret, all right? And I've done it like late at night, in the morning. I mean, I'm just kind of like mixing it into my schedule. I don't even really talk a lot about it, because I'm trying to keep that on the DL and then until we get to the draft. But yeah, it's been a lot of time. Yeah.
No, it's a lot of time. But we are ready to talk all the way down to round 20. If they had it. So, and this is every year. And the people that's a part of this team, Brittany, I'm going to be honest, they obsessed. Like, they do it for free. Like, I met these people and they was draft heads. It's the truth. When I met Marcel, which is Buddha, draft head. Queen, draft head. Gary, draft head. Tamar, draft Tavis. I mean, draft, eat, sleep, drink. My boy Keystone created a page all about the draft. Like, these guys, if they don't end up working for somebody as a scout in the next 4 years, we failed each other. I mean that, because these guys really love it. One time, Brittany, I'm serious. Without them knowing, I said, hey, we gonna talk about the book. Man, I was so shocked at their knowledge. And they didn't even know I was gonna do that. I was like, all right, let's talk about the book. Let's rank it. And we started ranking. I'm talking about centers, guards, tackles. They knew everybody. I was like, yeah, this the team right here. So yeah, so when y'all come to this show, it's gonna obviously be a combination of production. That's gonna be crazy because we're crazy on production. Boss Cowboy Sports and the OC, we crazy about first class production. But you mix all that with also great content and people that really know these guys. We don't always agree. It took me a while to even start kind of coming around on why people drink so much juice on pits, but I got there. I get it. So y'all definitely stay with us. And where can they find you, Brittany?
I'm on LinkedIn, Instagram. I'm not really on Twitter and Facebook. I'm there, but I'm kind of invisible. But
right now, just for a second.
You'll be visible soon. Don't worry.
Yeah.
And you all see.
Yeah, so just check out my page. I'm gonna load some content in this week. The OC on Facebook. You can find my page there. Drop me a comment and line in there. I'll reply back to you as soon as possible. Also, CB the OC on Instagram and the OC on Twitter. And I have to give you guys the length of that name because it's actually kind of like a long little numerical name. I'll have Boss post it in the next show for you guys. All right.
And Brittany, my friend Queen, she's a powerful woman when it comes down to sports all day. She's powerful. I love Queen. She said, I'm glad to see a fellow Lady Cowboy coming back on the show, BCS Sports. Lady Cowboys Unite. I love it, Queen. Absolutely.
We're about to be friends on everything.
Now, Queenie, she's awesome. I hope y'all definitely get to know each other. Both of you are worth it for sure. So, but with us, with Boss Cowboy Sports, give me 1 second. Let me get that ready. You can definitely follow Boss Cowboy at Boss Cowboy Sports. The Twitter is definitely growing. It's growing faster than I ever imagined, and I appreciate all of that. And it's pretty simple. I'm engaging people and sharing with people, and they sharing my content. And that's just what Twitter's about, and I love that. And then Instagram, y'all be patient. It's not popping as much as it should, but we gonna put a lot of effort on that within the next 3 months, and it's gonna explode like the other ones. Y'all just trust me on that because our YouTube is crazy. YouTube is up. We're growing faster, trust me, than a lot of people. I know you'll go on there, you'll see around 500 subs. Remember, we did that in 2 months. That's nice, man. To have 500 subs, that's a lot of people that's liking the content. That's fast growth, and we got great growth, man, and I appreciate that. And then also everybody that continues, and we appreciate that support Boss Cowboy Sports, with actual cash. We appreciate that because we really did buy the mics with the last investment. Somebody hit me and they was like, hey, what y'all need for the live show? I was like, we getting ready to go buy some mics, and they sent me the cash. So we appreciate that. And you got a quality, great live show because of your investment. Because we put everything right back into everything that we're doing. So we appreciate that. But we thank y'all for staying. And remember, Brittany, don't go nowhere. Stay loyal. Don't be devoted. That is not the way.
Boss Cowboy Sports, where your voice matters. Boss Cowboy Sports.
Sean. So now